Hey guys, I am back with a mid-monthly check-in for you, and I'm laughing right now. I've got both Coco and Chanel in my lap, and Coco just will not stop licking my hands. So I'm like, ugh. Anyway, I thought I would let you guys know how I am doing for, we're almost at the 2-week mark. I'm filming this on Sunday, and then Tuesday will be the 2-week mark. Oh great, now she's licking my foot. It's like, stop! Anyway, I had picked, just to kind of refresh your memories, I did not set goals or resolutions for the entire year. I'm going to do monthly goals or resolutions where I pick 1 to 3 things potentially for a particular month and just work on those things for that particular month. And then the next month I will pick something else. So for this month, it was no caffeine, no sweets. I did not eliminate sugar completely because I know sugar is in certain things and it's very difficult to eliminate. But I told myself that I wasn't going to eat any candy, any pie, cake, cookies, ice cream, things of that nature. And so my other one, and then the third one, I believe was stick to my budget. I think that was the third one. I should have watched my other chat video just to make sure that was correct, but I think that was the third one. So the no candy, we'll just call it no candy, no sweets, and no caffeine, I have stuck to. I have not messed up whatsoever. I will tell you though, I am struggling with no caffeine more than the no sweets. Oh my word. We gotta be honest, guys. I had a rough first week of January. New Year's Eve or New Year's night, you know, there was a lot of celebrations going on. Well, it woke Coco and Chanel up as soon as the fireworks started going off, and Chanel would not stop barking. So against my better judgment, I let them get in bed with me. That was a mistake. And they do not sleep with me normally. I think Chanel has slept with me once or twice before, and I think Coco once. Coco is fine in their bed, but Chanel gets a little clingy during certain times. So I think this may have been the third time I'd ever slept with them, and I think I got maybe 3 hours of sleep between well, it was after midnight before I got up, so basically New Year's Day. And have you ever just not gotten a lot of sleep and then you just feel sick the next day? That was exactly how I felt all day New Year's. I didn't feel well at all, but as far as missing the sweets and missing the caffeine, I did not miss that on New Year's Day. So the next day, so that was Tuesday, so the next day was Wednesday, I got the dreaded headache from where you used to having caffeine and then you don't have any caffeine. Oh my word, it was awful. And the headache pretty much stayed with me almost that full week, and I just felt terrible most of the week. And then I think I might have had a bit of a sinus issue as well, because the headache seemed to be centralized around the sinuses. So between the lack of caffeine, sinus issues, the lack of sleep, I had a rough week. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The next week rolled around and I felt a lot better. So I am doing a lot better now. I'm feeling much, much better. And I wish, this is what I would have done. If I could do it all over again, I wish I would have weaned myself off of the caffeine instead of going cold turkey, because I was coming right up to that point where I was having a lot of caffeine every day, and I just went cold turkey and I did not fare well. So I should have weaned myself off of it. That was a mistake, and I've learned my lesson there. If I don't know that I'll drink any, see, my caffeine comes in soda. I don't drink coffee, but if I do drink it again, I'm not going to say I won't drink it, but if I do pick it back up and I want to go off of it again, I will wean myself off of it. I'm not, you know, where each day you get progressively less. That way my body has a better chance to adjust. So that was a mistake right there. The no sugar thing, I will tell you, I keep saying no sugar. It's not no sugar. It's no sweets. that has been actually fairly easy. I'm pleasantly surprised that I have not really struggled with that. I am looking forward to have some candy or some ice cream or something. I am looking forward to that, but it hasn't been a huge deal like the no caffeine has been. So I have been thinking off and on. I'm not really too much concentrating what I'm going to do for February, but I think what I would like to do is just on February the 1st, or I don't even know what that day is, but you know, maybe that weekend of that first week, have one day where I can have some sweets, and then I want to go back and not do them again, because I think I'm feeling really good about that. And on the biggest plus of all of that, in the first 13 days, what is today? Hang on. I got my phone behind me. I think I want to say, yeah, today's the 13th. So really, the first 12 days of the year, I have lost 6.6 pounds. Now, the first 7 days, I was actually at 5.6 pounds. So those last, the last 5 days, I've only lost 1 pound in the last 5 days, but the first 7 days I lost 5.6 pounds. So that has been a pleasant surprise from giving up the sweets. And I will tell you, the soda that I was drinking, I did drink a lot of Cherry Coke Zero, but I'm a huge Dr. Pepper fan, and I was drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper beforehand, so that had a lot of extra sugar that I was consuming. I gained weight from that, and then I'm now, that first 5.6 pounds, the weight just fell off super fast. It was almost a pound a day. So then as my body kind of got rid of that stuff, then it has slowed down, but I am super thankful for that. I have not changed anything that I'm eating. I'm eating whatever I want other than the sweets, and I'm not dieting, anything like that. I did go back to intermittent fasting. I started that, I want to say it was December 31st of 2017. I did it for, I want to say like 3 months, and I lost about, I want to say 15 pounds last year. And then I went on my trip, I got off of it, and then it was hit or miss for me the rest of the year. It was mostly, I was doing it, then I would stop doing it. Was doing it, so it was, like a roller coaster with that. But I've gone back to intermittent fasting, where I'm fasting a minimum of 16 hours a day, and that has helped as well. So I'm feeling much better after that initial week. So very thankful about that. As far as the budget's concerned, I have really learned something about myself. I think I've known it, but it just came to the forefront this past couple of weeks, where I had my budget in place. So like, I'm not going to shop. I'm not going to buy any clothing, anything like that. I'm only going to buy necessary items. And I was going to buy gas for my car, groceries. I set a budget. I'm under my gas budget by $13. I'm under my eating out budget by, let's see, I set a $40 budget for 2 weeks, and I've only spent $24 and change, so that's like $16 or something that I'm under budget. My grocery budget, I went over. I did leave some amount of money in my bank account that I didn't give a name to, where it was designated to go for something specific. And so, but my grocery budget was just a little overage, not by a lot. I want to say it was less than $20. I want to say it was less than $20 over. It's probably, somewhere around in there. So not bad on that. But there was a couple things I ended up getting that I didn't budget for. One were some sinus headache pills because I was struggling. And then another one, I had run out of allergy medication. Okay, Chanel just spotted some dogs walking down the street, so you may hear some barking any second now. She sees them. But I didn't budget for my allergy pills and my sinus pills. So that was something I should have, did it like a miscellaneous in the budget, where I set a little bit amount aside that's not really food, it's not gas, it's not certain things that you just have to pay monthly. I didn't do that, but I did leave that money. I just didn't give it a name. So I kind of did it, but I didn't think about it clearly. And then I have messed up. And here's where I'm talking about where I've learned something about myself. So this is the biggest takeaway for me during these first 2 weeks. I know I love to shop. I do believe I probably have a shopping addiction. And to my knowledge, other than watching a few of what I got for Christmas videos, I have not watched any haul videos for this time period. I was like, I cannot watch any of this stuff because if I see something I like, it's going to just prey on my mind until I get it. So a few months ago, let me back up a little bit, I started getting interested in doing a bullet journal. So I bought this bullet journal, I didn't touch it, and I'm like, you know what, I think I'm going to start doing that first of the year. So I started watching bullet journal videos. That kind of has been the downfall of my budget because while I had the journal already and I already had some pens to use, I got caught up in watching these creative YouTubers do their bullet journals. And I was like, oh, I got to get those pens. I got to get those markers. I got to get that. I got to get that. So I ended up buying some bullet journal supplies and, messed the budget up. I have the money. It wasn't like I borrowed money to go buy a bullet journal. I did not. I had the money. I just didn't want to spend it, and I ended up spending some. I have not tallied everything up, but I messed up, guys, and I just got caught up in that. And then I realized about myself that I don't necessarily have to buy fashion items like clothing, shoes, handbags, or anything like that, watches, whatever. I don't have to buy that to fulfill that shopping need. It turned out bullet journal stuff was fulfilling that it's not a need, but a want that I have. And so that is something I have got to work on a lot, is doing something that fulfills that area where I don't have to go out and buy something. Because let me tell you, I wanted those markers and those pens. I wanted them, and it just would not leave my mind. I was on Amazon every single day looking like, okay, this person did this. One of the people I was watching was Amanda Rachley. Her bullet journals are amazing. And so I was like, oh, I got to get what she's got. Mind you, I don't have a creative, or let me put it this way, an artistic bone in my body. I feel like I'm creative, but I can't draw. And then I'm thinking, why did you buy this stuff? You can't draw. And so I attempted to recreate a spread that she did. It looks like a child did it. And then I'm disappointed, like, what have you done? You just went and bought all this stuff and you can't even do anything with it. So, anyway, I just wanted to confess to you guys that I did mess up on that, and but one thing I am glad about it was it hit me that I moved that won't need whatever for fashion over to this, and I got obsessed with it. So I realized, so it has been helpful. I realized that is something I have to work on, is not to get that obsession where I have to get something and then it just goes into a drawer and it just sits there. Because that's been a long time. These past few years I've been like that. So I have learned something. Luckily, it wasn't too pricey, but it was more than I ever should have spent on bullet journal, because I already had pens, I already had the bullet journal. I know I can't draw, so I don't have to worry about doing all these artistic stuff where I'm drawing whatever, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, but all that stuff, because I can't do it. But I do have some stuff, so I learned my lesson. I'm hoping these next 2 weeks I will be much better coming up with the next paycheck, that I will be doing the budget this week, and I am going to force myself to stick to it this time. Regardless of what I see on social media, I want to stick to the budget. It's super important that I do that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and show you Coco and Chanel. Let me get Coco up. They are so comfortable. They were sleeping away. So here's Coco. Yes, I love you. Yes, I do. I love you and your sissy. But they are doing extremely well. You want to look at the camera, Coco? You want to look at the camera? Okay, not really. And let me get you Chanel. Here she is. Oh, look at the camera, Chanel. Oh, I love you too. Oh, she got me right in the mouth. The dachshunds are super fast. Oh my goodness, yes, you're a good girl. But they are both doing really well. And so, anyway, I just wanted to do these 2-week check-in with you and let you guys know how I'm doing. Overall, I'm doing extremely well. The first week, not so much, but I'm doing really, really well. I hope you guys are doing wonderful as well. Let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear from you in the comments section. Have you stuck with anything that you set out to do? I would just love to chat with you about it. And I need to apologize for being slow to reply to comments. I've gotten so bad about that. I do try to reply to people, but it might be a week or two later or sometimes even longer, and I'm super sorry about that because I think it is super rude when people that do videos and then people comment and they never say anything back to them. It's so rude and I don't want to be like that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do have a fashion video where I'm going to be doing a shoe review right after this one. I might put that up next week. Thank you to everybody that watched my vegan chili recipe. I am going to be doing a beef tenderloin recipe, so not vegan whatsoever. I've got a roasted potato and carrot and onion one coming up. That is going to be vegetarian because it's got butter in it, and I do mean a lot of butter. I love me some butter. That may be a February goal, is to cut back on the butter because I need to do that. I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to my plan is to do a chat video at the end of the month and then reveal what the goals are for February. So it'll be 1 to 3 things. So thank you guys so much for watching again. I really appreciate it. Bye bye everybody.